Alright, so the first round of the 2022 NBA draft basically just ended for me, and I thought we should go over every single pick in the lottery this year. I'm going to be grading every single pick, how they fit with the team, and how I think the team did overall on picking this player. Without further ado, let's get straight into it. Let's start with the first overall pick at the head of the draft. The Orlando Magic take PAOLO BANCHERO. Now to me, this is a very mediocre pick for them. I give them a C. PAOLO BANCHERO, sure, he has shown flashes of being very talented and having a ton of upside. But when you're drafting first overall, you kind of draft for the most potential. And to me, he doesn't have the most potential. That would be Chet Holmgren. But also, PAOLO isn't even the most consistent player out of the top 3 picks. He's not more consistent than Jabari or Chet. So why would they take him? He's also not a better defender than Jabari Smith or a better shooter. So I don't know why they necessarily took PAOLO BANCHERO. Is it because they think he can be a Brandon Ingram or Kevin Durant level player in the future? Well, I don't know. But to me, he was just the wrong pick. Alright, in the second pick of the draft, the Oklahoma City Thunder take Chet Holmgren, and they get an A+. First of all, for Chet Holmgren to fall to you at 2 is great, because I don't think that was expected in this draft. However, they needed a center. They needed a big presence down low, and that has been something that is actually one of the most important things you need in the league these days. Remember how back in the mid-2010s, the 2013 to 2018 era, centers seemed pretty useless because Stephen Curry and LeBron James and Kevin Durant existed? Now it's all flipped. Joel Embiid, Nikola Jokic, Anthony Davis, Giannis Antetokounmpo, all of these elite centers and elite big men are really the reason why a lot of teams are winning. So, for them to pick up an elite center with a very high ceiling, who is said to be maybe Anthony Davis level player in the future, I think that's great for them. Also, the Thunder need a direction, and if they can actually build around a player like Chet Holmgren, that'll be great for them. And at the third pick, the Houston Rockets select Jabari Smith, a wing from Auburn. Jabari Smith last season shot over 40% from 3 and was known for his versatile and great defensive attack. A great point of attack defender while also having incredible length. Jabari Smith was expected to go number 1 overall in this draft if it wasn't for Chet Holmgren. However, he dropped all the way down to 3. The Rockets, right now, they lack shooting and they lack defense. Jabari Smith will get you both of those. Not only that, he just has a very high upside just because he's so big and athletic. 6'9" with his speed and his defensive ability doesn't come around every day. This was a great pick by the Houston Rockets. That's a B+. At number 4, the Kings do not fail to disappoint. They took forward Keegan Murray. Keegan Murray is an okay player, and he was going to be seen as a lottery pick in this draft, but by no means was he a top 4 overall talent. The Kings traded Tyrese Halliburton, and now they got Keegan Murray. I don't know what direction they're going in, but don't they already have a good forward in Harrison Barnes? And yes, you definitely pick a forward over Harrison Barnes if you can in a draft, but their direction is still confusing to me. I don't think Keegan Murray is going to gel well with a ball-dominant point guard in De'Aaron Fox and a pretty ball-dominant power forward in Domantas Sabonis. This pick to me was a D. At number 5, the Detroit Pistons select Jaden Ivey. I give this pick a B+. It's kind of the best thing that the Pistons could get at their situation. And also, Jaden Ivey in the first place to go to the Pistons was a long shot considering how far they fell in the lottery this year. A backcourt of Jaden Ivey and Cade Cunningham will be very, very entertaining. But I do think the Pistons need to prioritize getting rid of Killian Hayes, because you do not want Killian Hayes, one of the worst players in the league, to take the ball away from Jaden Ivey or Cade Cunningham. Good pick by the Pistons though. At number 6, the Pacers select Bennedict Mathurin. Another guard. They have Tyrese Halliburton, Malcolm Brogdon, and now Bennedict Mathurin. Bennedict Mathurin kind of fits the build of a Chris Duarte when it comes to his scoring and when it comes to his length. So why would you pick him? I kind of don't understand why would you pick him. There's a lot of other players lower that went lower in this draft that have more upside than Bennedict Mathurin. Now yes, Bennedict Mathurin was on a winning college team last year at Arizona, but that doesn't necessarily mean that he was the reason that they were winning. They won as a team, and Bennedict is one hell of a talent, don't get me wrong, but this pick gets a C-. At number 7, the Portland Trailblazers select Shadon Sharpe. Now look, the Portland Trailblazers have looked rather aggressive in the offseason so far, trading for Jeremy Grant and now getting a very high upside player in Shaedon Sharpe. Do I think that they're going to go far in the playoffs? Not really, but Shaedon Sharpe is a good pick. He has good length, he's pretty athletic, and he can shoot pretty well. Those are good things to put around Damian Lillard. However, he's not that polished of a defender. And around Damian Lillard, you need the most defense you can get because he's probably the second worst defensive guard in the league behind Trae Young. I give this pick a B. At number 8, the New Orleans Pelicans take Dyson Daniels. And to tell you the truth, I don't know what grade to give this pick. Now, Dyson Daniels is known as a good defensive guard who can pass pretty well, who can not score too efficiently, but who has somewhat found his footing. To me, I don't know what grade to give this because yes, the Pelicans need another playmaker and especially off the bench. However, he can't score too well and he can't space the floor too well for Zion if he were to play with Zion in any of those minutes. Not only that, I mean, what is he giving you that you don't already have? Some playmaking? Sure. But he reminds me of kind of a Tomas Satoransky. Good playmaking, okay defense, but his scoring is so mediocre that why even use him? At number 9, the San Antonio Spurs select Jeremy Sochan, and I'm giving this a C. The Spurs are normally really good at drafting and really good at making their draft picks count, and I expect that from them. They will probably turn this project into a pretty damn good basketball player. However, I don't expect it to happen soon. And in the Spurs case, I have no idea where they're going. Are they going to keep DeJounte? Are they going to trade him? It doesn't look like it's going to matter either way. They're going to be a losing team no matter what. So just for a Spurs perspective, I'm going to give this pick a C because Jeremy Sochan does not contribute to winning right now. And I think that's always what the Spurs are trying to do. At number 10, the Washington Wizards take Johnny Davis. Now, Johnny Davis was a dynamic backcourt scorer last season. He jumped from around 7 points per game to over 23, which is definitely impressive at that. However, is this enough for the Washington Wizards? To me, I thought they were going to have to be one of the people that move up in the draft because they do need a direction. If Bradley Beal stays, that doesn't mean you're ever going to be a good team. Bradley Beal is not a game changer, with all due respect. So, I give them a B. This is a good, talented scorer in the backcourt, yes, but he doesn't give your team a direction. If they were to trade up and get one of the top 5 prospects, I'd give them an A+, because they need that direction and need a superstar or star to build around. And at the 11th pick, the Knicks take DUSMANE Dieng. Now look, I don't really even know if I can grade this draft pick. I don't know too much about him. However, the Knicks did make a better trade later in this draft, so we'll touch on that. DUSMANE Dieng, I'm going to give you an NA right now because I don't know you. Let's go on to the number 12 pick. At number 12, the OKC Thunder take Jalen Williams. To me, I give the OKC Thunder an A on this pick. Why am I so high on Jalen Williams? Just because the OKC Thunder need potential. And Jalen Williams had a fantastic season at Santa Clara. 18 points per game, 55% from the field. He shot 39% from 3. He was really efficient this season while also on a pretty high volume. And look, the OKC Thunder are lacking in basically every single department. So when you have that, you draft for potential, and a guy that can score and get you probably buckets off the bench in the future is the way you want to go when you're in the late lottery. Good pick by the OKC Thunder. Alright, so now is the trade that I'm talking about. I told you I wasn't going to rate the Knicks pick because I did not know who that guy was. However, Jalen DUREN did go to the Knicks. He was initially drafted by the Charlotte Hornets, and now he's on the Knicks. And the Knicks get an A for this. I mean, do they already have enough defensive bigs? I mean, kind of. They already have Mitchell Robinson and then the other guy, which I'm blanking right now what his name is. However, Jalen DUREN has a much higher motor, is a lot more athletic, and is a lot more promising offensively than the two centers that they have right now. Julius Randle is a huge negative on defense. If you can get him a guy that's a positive on offense too to sit next to him, it'll make the offense look a lot better for the New York Knicks. I like this Jalen DUREN pickup. I would have liked it more if he was in Charlotte because Charlotte actually needs a center a lot more than the Knicks. However, this will do. And to round out the lottery, the Cavs just keep getting better. I give this an A+. Now, OCHAI AGBAJI was not necessarily seen to be picked top 5 or top 8 or top 10 really, but I did expect him to get picked a little bit higher than 14. OCHAI AGBAJI is a good two-way defensive wing who can also shoot the ball pretty well. And he did that pretty well for Kansas in the national championship this year. Now, while I was rooting against Kansas, I cannot lie, OCHAI AGBAJI was electric in the March Madness tournament. In the last couple games, I'm pretty sure he hit like 20-some threes, which is very important to his team's offense. Now, although his offense doesn't have the most to be desired because he is huge and he's athletic and he can shoot, he just wasn't used too much in the Kansas system. However, I think he can be something really good for the Cavs. Isaac Okoro was a big player that showed out for them last year that really came from nowhere and stepped up. I think OCHAI can do the same thing at a higher level with more potential. This was a great pick by the Cavs. Thank you guys for watching the video. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and yeah, I'll try to make sure that I'm more consistent recently with the videos. I took a very long break because I was doing a lot of things, whether that be college or I was moving to a different state. But yeah, I'm gonna try and get back on it. And yeah, thank y'all for watching. See y'all next time. Peace out.
Hey, come on, I got a bag on me. You try to take it, leave you stinking like your last homie. She kinda cakey, little baby, put that ass on me. But I ain't that horny, do you got some cash for me? Why every time you ask him that, bitches act funny. And you keep trying to hold the strap, you won't slap for me. You too happy, I can tell you never had money. Every time you get on live, gotta flash money.